Start. Lord Macaulay was blessed with the possession of rare powers of memory. Full stop. His accumulation of facts was immense. Full stop. He was almost in a state of subjection of his memory and a subjective examination of the information in his possession at any time would have been a revelation even to himself. Full stop. The retention and repetition of figures, the manipulation of facts in discussion, the selection and citation of authorities caused him no hesitation. Full stop. He was to have been a barrister, but the legal profession had no fascination for him. Full stop. Macaulay took a share in the promotion of education, but his reputation rests mainly on his famous essays. Full stop. His accumulation criticisms brought him into opposition with several fashionable authors, and his expositions occasionally produced bitterness in opposite factions. Dear sir, I am surprised to hear of Mr. Hugh Heimer's opposition to the highly reasonable views taken by Professor Hawkins on the syllabus in history. Full stop. Professor Hawkins, I believe, does his best in all circumstances to help his pupils and to adhere to the scheme of history lessons which deals with the extension of commerce and with all forms of man's activity. Full stop. He is heedful of every circumstance which may affect the coherence of history and the historic belief expressed in the phrase commerce follows the flag, full stop. There can be no misapprehension of his meaning, and none but a blockhead would be likely to misapprehend him, full stop. He shows how the upheaval of war, though harmful to humanity in other ways, may help a nation's commerce, full stop. I humbly hope Mr. Heimer may behave reasonably and cease to harass Professor Hawkins in his historical course, full stop. Yours truly. Next. Dear Sir, the heavy mahogany table for your new home, Hillside Woodhouse Lane, is ready for delivery at any time when we hear from you, full stop. We hope to have the hangings fixed tomorrow and the curtains hung by Wednesday next, full stop. The new hammocks and haystacks are almost ready and they will be delivered next week, full stop. Our wine may be in your neighborhood on Monday, in which case you shall have the hall chairs and the whole of the small household things then, full stop. But for a mishap at our Harley works, you would have hide the hair cushions for the city before this, full stop. We hope, however, to receive them on Friday and to deliver them with the other things on Monday, full stop. Yours truly. Next, start. To secure the best from himself and to give right service to others. Both the clerical worker and the manual laborer must have fresh air and healthy rooms to live in. Bright, airy rooms into which the sun's rays may pour and the breezes blow when desirable. Full stop. Dark rooms retain germs of disease and either reduce the worker's life or weaken his physical strength so as to make him unable to do severe work either of brain or muscle. Full stop. A robust mind may carry on for a time in dreary rooms, but eventually such places must cause injury to him and bring on loss of force and energy. Full stop. He will arise in the early morn, dull and weary from the outset, in place of rising merry and bright and ready for anything in the day's work. Full stop. In our opinion, the brighter the rooms we live and work in, the better our work is likely to be. Full stop. Next, the food eaten by man bears something like the same relation to his power of working and his coal thrown into the furnace bears to the engine which drives the rotary press or draws the train. Full stop. The power in our arms or in our brains is rightly said to be produced in our stomach, and it is from the same organ we derive the force necessary to rouse us to severe exaggeration in the earning of the wage or salary we receive for our services, full stop. Something of the value of our work rests upon the strength producing value of our food, full stop. At all costs and by all means we should take measures to ensure the food value of everything we eat, full stop. Start. A life of leisure is a life of pleasure, full stop. Needless to say, this is a fallacy, but false as it is fairly widely spread, full stop. Something foolish fellows bewail their lack of means either to lull or to labor, just as they like, full stop. They look jealously on those who appear to have nothing else to do but eat and drink and enjoy a merry life, when the poor man toils ceaselessly for food and lodging for himself and family, full stop. But in simple truth, there is no more awful life than the lazy, useless life of the idle man, and it is also true to say there are exceedingly few rich men nowadays liable to the charge of laziness, because they know the busy life is the happy one, full stop. Happiness is a elusive thing, and more rich men than poor fail to grasp it, full stop. Next. Dear Sir, the volumes of the French Revolution, from which you ask in your favor, of the 1st July, shall be delivered to you early tomorrow, full stop. We are just now out of stock of the life of Lord Lumley, last year's best seller, and we are unable to say when we shall receive copies. Full stop. We have a daily delivery from the wholesalers. However, and you may rely upon our mailing the volume to you as soon as it reaches us. Full stop. We are taking the liberty of enclosing for your approval novel lessons of the war by Philip Bailey. Full stop. Please return this with the next parcel if it makes no appeal to you. Full stop. Yours truly. Next. I have. We shall require counselor invoices for the 4 cases of liquid glue and for the square bottles of hair restorer which we are to ship to Guatemala by the Wills Rose sailing next Friday. Full stop. Please ask Mr. Wheeler or Mr. Weldon to see to this. Full stop. Meanwhile, as we are the insurers, see to the policy as soon as possible. Full stop. If the war finger calls, I wish to see him as to the disposal of those bales from Bombay by the Emperor, now lying in the Empress dock. Full stop. It is important to know whether it is possible or impossible to make delivery of these bales to Messrs. Full stop. Ambrose and Kimber this week. Full stop. I am relying implicitly upon you to deal quickly with the mails for the Southampton boat tomorrow. Full stop. I have no wish to impose my views upon the ambassador or to embarrass him by asking for impossible improvements, but it is important I should impress upon him the Chancellor's opinion in the case of those lumber vessels. Full stop. You will see how imperative it is I should see the ambassador if we are to have any improvement in our relations just now. Full stop. I desire to discover whether the whaler's story is true or the idle tale of a willful impostor. Full stop. I shall occupy only a quarter of an hour, and I am sure the ambassador will agree the importance of the case is well worth the time. Full stop.